2015 continued to be a year where expectations were exceeded. Aspen trees grew from last year's average 5-foot height to an average of 9 feet tall. Flowering plants continued to amaze and exceed last year's results. But more importantly, two significant events occurred. First, another acre was started, since only half of the budget for the first acre had been spent. And secondly, the aspen grove with Butte Silverbow's trees and Montana Tech's plantings were independently evaluated by an especially competent restoration ecologist, Len Ballack. Thus, 2015 saw a second acre planted by first cutting down all the grasses and alfalfa, then spraying the planting areas to eliminate any competitive growth, and finally rototilling the ground to loosen the soils. All trees and shrubs came through the Department of Natural Resources and Conservation in Missoula, and the stock not only was a third of the price of earlier stock, but was of far superior quality. Because spraying necessitated a delay of 3 weeks before planting, this gave time for an irrigation system to be placed and a protective deer fence to be erected. Finally, the 1,400 trees and shrubs were planted by a 4-man crew in one day using a 10-inch diameter auger. Later, flower seed was sparingly planted. All the perennial flower seeds which would ordinarily flower in a year blossomed in 4 months, since they had ample spacing between each plant. Back in the more mature first acre, a section of water line separated from a coupling and in 2 minutes spilled over 400 gallons of water. This eroded a small section of soil from aspen 3 feet away. It gave the most potent image of the year, showing a thick mat of crossed roots over 2 feet deep that is holding the reclamation soils better than any grasses. The irrigation system continues to be key to the vitality of the planted trees, shrubs, and flowers. But keeping competition from native plantings is labor-intensive, shown by this 1 meter square area having over 80 non-native alfalfa growing between seeded native flowers. Plant it and they will come. Native flowers such as fireweed and silky phacelia have been growing between the trees without human intervention. Seen also have been both fox and grouse, spotted twice in the aspen. Flocks of siskins swarm the sunflower seeds in autumn. 2 families of western bluebirds have made the Cellar's aspen their home. In the autumn, the fallen aspen leaves drift into lightly eroded areas, preventing further soil erosion. All told, the aspen have become an ecosystem, bringing in new native life, providing a carbon dioxide sink, and costing about 10% with twice the acreage of other trees planted on the Butte Hill, and only about 1% of other plantings, flowers, and shrubs on the Butte Hill. In short, 2015 was an exceptional year for the Cellar Dirt Dump. So now relax and enjoy the fruits of the 2015 year at the Cellar Dirt Dump.